All right, you ready? Bam! The body jolts and propels forward along with the others, as if one wave unfolding and crashing onto the marked path for the race. Elbows rub and dig, feet gallop and pound upon the earth. Breathing patterns rise into the air as one cacophonous orchestra. Sunlight refracts off sunglasses. The unheard, heart-pounding, thundering in everyone's chest that dictates a controlled pace for the race, or maybe an anxious pace that maybe took off a little too fast. But no worries. The current environment does not allow time for you to dwell on such dilemmas. The one thing that matters is that you don't stop and that you put one foot in front of the other. The clouds of whistling, clanking, and hollering collect around and envelop the gauntlet of runners as you and many go further onto the marked path. Just as quick as the start gun unleashed the roaring cheers and stampede of runners to deafen your ears, now that's all faded behind you, leaving you to the ringing of your ears, the thud, pat, crunch of your steps and strides, and the playlist of melodies of your breathing. Oh, and whoever may be nearby. And the thoughts of winning have somehow faded as well. It's amazing how eager you were to seize victory at the start line, but now you're just trying not to collapse from the raging fires in the lungs, from the tightening muscles in the legs, and from your adrenaline buddies from clocking out early. Who cares at this point? Who cares about winning? Because you just care that you don't stop. You've made it this far. But as you round a corner, as your shoe sludges into mud, as a branch rescues you from falling face first into it, maybe stopping ain't a bad idea. No. Your pride screams between your two ears. Slow down. Now that your pride can concede to. At this point, you're done keeping your eyes fixed on the lead group. Who knows where the heck they went? You're just trying to not get passed by another well, there goes another person by you. Who cares, you mutter. Then, without even noticing, the playlist of melodies of your breathing transitions into the playlist of your intrusive thoughts. One particular refrain beating louder with each step, stumble, twist, and stride. Is this even worth it? That's it. Your pride relents. You stop and hunch over to catch your breath. You discover the other runners have too. Everyone looks at one another, clearly mulling over the same question, is this really worth it? That refrain pesters you all with each defeated sip of water at the water station. This question doesn't just belong to you. Everyone shares in the same question's exhausting humming. The question belongs to you all. Those in fatigued marriages, in fractured families, those who are anxious and stressed parents, stressed students, overwhelmed children, grieving widows and widowers, burned out individuals who wear exhaustion like a badge while it quietly isolates them from people they love. Those Christians burdened by the hypocrisy clouds hovering over them as they struggle with secret sins and unheard hurt that they thought would have been done with by now. Those who keep showing up to worship with the quiet whisper of, how much longer can I keep doing this? those battered, bruised, and beaten by the venomous backlash, cold abandonment, and piercing persecution from the culture, false Christians, and from even those you thought loved you and could trust just because you followed Jesus. The question belongs to you all. You and the other runners look at each other, trying to catch your breath, to that annoying hum of, is this really worth it? You and everyone seem haunted by this exhausting question. The realization is unsettling enough to push you all back onto the race path. No one wants to linger there too long. So you all resume the race, trying to outpace the question, trying harder, trying not to stop, trying not to collapse, trying not to think. Yet the harder you try to drown out that exhausting refrain, the deeper it settles into your heart and mind. Like an intrusive squatter. A squatter that has become real comfortable around your mind and poking around your heart, knowing exactly where you ache. Now, no matter how successful the thud, pat, crunch of your strides are, or how many people you pass, that squatter keeps broadcasting, is this even really worth it? Your eyes swell with water that isn't going to hydrate you. It's not. Your vision blurs, sweat stings your eyes shut. Your footing becomes unstable and blind to the marked path. Those fancy running shoes the fitness influencers swore by can't offset your stumbling strides, your lame legs, and feeble knees. At this point, this race doesn't even feel purposeful anymore, just painful. Your ambitions have gone from win to simply survive. You're hardly running anymore. You're dragging yourself forward. No motivational speech and no coach screaming, "Come on, try harder," can fix this. If anything, it'd make you feel worse because of how much you're failing right now. Stopping. Abandoning the race altogether. That can only bring relief, right? Maybe going back? A shortcut? Make my own detour? No. Your fear didn't say that. Your pride didn't say that. Your doubt didn't say that. You didn't say that. No, that won't bring you relief. You stop, look around, throw off everything that entangles, that hinders, and the sin that so easily entangles. Okay, you know at this point, this voice is not talking about your fancy running shoes, your sunglasses, the heat entangling your body, or the mud clinging to your legs. No, the things truly entangling you are wrapped around your heart and mind, right where that squatter lives. Your pride, your fear, your doubt. You don't think that what this voice says and who this voice is enough. That you doubt anything meaningful could come from this hardship. That you can only trust what you can control more than you trust this voice. Oh, how those things have swirled and entangled your heart and mind. Yet, oh, how you don't want to throw those off and be untangled from their despair, obsessiveness, and confusion. Bitterness can feel like protection. Pride can feel like control. Lust can feel like relief. Anxiety can feel like preparation. The need to prove yourself can feel like survival, success. But slowly, Those things grab your ankles, constrict your lungs, and suck the stride right out of your spirit. That squatter knows exactly where to grab you, where to trip you up, where you ache, how to change your race with just one question. Now, slowly, your eyes drift downward towards your feet, towards your pain, your circumstances, the people passing by you, the distance still ahead. The melodies of intrusive thoughts have now grown more boisterous. God isn't really doing anything here. You're never going to change. Look how far behind you are. You're alone. Just stop trying. Before long, the marked out race gets replaced by what your fear, self-protection, pride, and doubt have marked out for yourself. A spiritually crooked, unlevel, destabilizing path, until eventually, exhausted, you collapse. You're flat on the ground and pooped out. As you look around, you notice something shocking. All the other runners, even the ones way ahead, are collapsed too. You all groan. What kind of a race even is this? Is this really worth it? Yes. That voice again. You shout back, really? Even as I am so drained, even as I am so spiritually assaulted by my own mind, heart, world, and even my own loved ones? Yes. Hoping to expand his vocabulary beyond no and yes, you squint toward him and ask, who do you think you are? He answers, the one who sees the condition beneath your stride, the one who sees the limp beneath your pace, the one who sees the weariness behind your smile, and the one who didn't need the fancy shoes to finish this race. You look down. Sandals? Wait, you finished this race? Yes. There he goes again. You wait for more, and he gives it to you. Fix your eyes on me and consider what I endured. Not yourself, not even others around you. Me. This catches everyone's attention as he continues. Fix your eyes on me. Consider me. Then you'll know how I finished. So, you fix your eyes on him, consider him, you look at him. Not like that, he gently says. Don't merely stare at me or cast a glance. In this really hard, painful, exhausting moment right now, just carefully, deliberately, piece by piece, consider me. You will learn how I finish this race and how you will too. Will, you wonder? So you do what he says. You consider him. You see dust and dirt on his sandal-wearing feet. After miles of walking, from a wilderness of where Satan tempted him, from towns full of outcasts needing hope, from places that welcomed him and rejected him. You see exhaustion painted in his face, late nights, early mornings, the weight of carrying broken people. You see tears shed at a friend's tomb. You see Gethsemane etched across his face, loneliness. You see his eyes pooled with sorrow, knowing while he agonized, his friends slept. You see his hand stroke his cheek, scarred with heartache, a mark of betrayal from the kiss of a friend. You step back further. Now you then notice the holes in his hands, feet, and side. Through those holes speak fists, flogging, insults, a crown of thorns, labored breaths, abandonment, a cross, an empty tomb. With mud clinging to your leg now, clay at this point, you stand there stunned before this sandal-wearing God-man and ask, why? He answers, you, my joy. No, it wasn't easy. No, it was not painless. My soul was overwhelmed with sorrow to the point of death, yet I endured, finished, and live because the joy before me was you, your forgiveness, your redemption, your reconciliation with God, your salvation. The shame paled in comparison to bringing you home. Was the race worth it? Absolutely. You take in his words, standing in your fancy worn running shoes, and ask, is this race really worth it for me? He smirks. You say, let me guess. Yes? Yes. Then he says, I entered the race you could not finish. I ran this path perfectly for you. Every temptation, resisted. Every step and stride, faithful, without stumble, and in obedient submission to the Father. So your steps and strides are on the holy, triumphant ground I ran on. Your crooked paths, failures, burdens, and entanglements were all thrown onto me so that your path could be straightened and healed. I did not merely come to show you the way. I came to carry you to the finish. I'm not merely ahead of you. I'm your finish line even now. In unison, you and the other runners ask, what more do you have to say? All your eyes are fixed on him, all the runners fixed on him. And he chuckles softly. You all can't stay here forever. I don't think you want to remain trapped in your muddied shoes in this world, in your fear, pride, doubt, sin, pain, and exhaustion. The victory is already won. The path is already marked out. Trust in me and run where I have already, considering always me in every stride and struggle. In unison, you and the others ask, how will we finish the race if you're not here with us? He smiles. I am with you. You have my Spirit. Not merely wind, fire, and languages, but the Spirit poured out for weary runners. The Spirit evicts that squatter in your heart and mind, and when that squatter returns with its exhausting questions and fears, my Spirit remains to comfort, strengthen, and sustain you. To redirect your wandering eyes back to where I've promised I am with you to finish the race. My word and sacraments, simple, supernatural, tangible means to let you know I'm still here. You have my Spirit and each other too, in whom he lives. So again and again, the Spirit reminds and teaches you, look at Jesus. Then he says this, endure this hardship right now in this race as discipline, not punishment, not abandonment. I have already absorbed all that for you, but rather as training, teaching, formation. Your Father in heaven disciplines you, his beloved children, whom he refuses to abandon. Yeah, the places where he disciplines you still hurt and are often places you never would have chosen. The mud, the loneliness, the lapsing, the waiting, the uncertainty, the hurt, sadness, and weakness, it doesn't feel pleasant. But your Father never dismisses your suffering. he redefines it in me, so that through it you reap a harvest of righteousness, peace, and holiness. At this point, something changes. You and the other runners start to get a bit stiff from standing so stationary so long. With no words needing to be said, you all, as if one wave again at the start line, propel forward to continue in the race marked out by the sandal-wearing winner, Jesus. Yeah, the race still kind of sucks. Your breathing still labored. Your legs still burn. Your fancy shoes, not so fancy. But the squatter no longer owns the house of your heart and mind, because your eyes are fixed somewhere else on Jesus, the sandal-wearing winner, Jesus. The one who finished, the one who conquered death, the one who now runs beside you through his Spirit, so that you run even now to the soothing, humming refrain of, "My race is won." Suddenly, the race is no longer merely about survival. Beyond every stride, every bend, every stumble, there remains glory. Because your finish line is not merely heaven itself. Your finish line is Jesus himself. And he is already there, alive, where one day you will be too. And all of God's runners say, amen.